Hey everybody, it's me, Brandon, and I'm back with another video with my co-host, Brandon. And today we're doing a non-spoilers review of Endgame. And then we're also going to be talking about the future of Disney and all that good stuff. So, I thought Endgame was a great conclusion to the first 3 phases of Marvel. I thought it was I almost said the wrong thing. I mean, there are some commercials on TV that are showing a lot anyway, but I refuse to talk about the stuff that's in those commercials because I feel like that stuff in them is very, very important to the plot. So I won't talk about those. I'll just say, like I said, it's a great conclusion. I thought it was a great end to 21 other films. So, what did you think?
Same as last time. I really enjoyed the movie. I thought it was a great fit, a great end to like was it 21, 11?
11 years, 21 movies. This
All
is the 22nd movie. Endgame is 22nd.
All right, the 22 movies that created this whole Marvel Cinematic Universe that, with this new information that Disney's putting out, it seems to be expanding like greatly. And it's very interesting. I'm very excited for what they have to bring.
Oh yes, I mean, all of this is going to come after Spider-Man Far From Home, which if you've seen that trailer, if you haven't seen Endgame, I can't really talk about that trailer, but I'll say that there's a lot of stuff that Endgame does to set up Far From Home, and a lot of stuff that Far From Home is going to do to set up the rest of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
In fact, I think we're getting, I'm just looking at the list, in 2021, we start our, 2021, we start getting the very first Marvel movies. We don't know exactly what they are yet. The first one is in February of 2021.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's going to be like a Doctor Strange or Black Panther. I don't know who's coming first, but being that it's February and it's Black History Month, I bet it's Black Panther 2. I'm just going with, because Black Panther 1 came out in February of 2017. 18.
A year.
Yeah, it's been ridiculous. So yeah, it was 2018 in February. So I'm assuming that's what's going to happen. And then there are others as well. What are you excited for on this list?
I'm excited for the Dark Phoenix. I love the X-Men. I'm excited for the Lion King.
Yes.
Super. Well, are we
This
talking
is
about
all,
specifically
this is all
Marvel?
stuff that's coming out this year.
Okay, so just specifically Marvel.
No, we can talk about anything on the list, but I'm just saying. I mean, some of that we know is coming out because there's been trailers for it.
Yeah.
Just like Spies in Disguise and Frozen 2. Frozen 2 is going to make bank.
I'm really curious, like, because they have one slated, like a new Untitled Marvel movie for May 1st. You know, I'm really curious, like, what movie's going to go in there because, you know, everyone wants to have that big summer blockbuster. So
That probably is going to be, I want to say Doctor Strange, but Doctor Strange is not as
gripping and like.
Yeah, he's not going to captivate audiences in the way that Captain Marvel would or Black Panther would.
Maybe
Both
it'll
of
be
those.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2 or
Volume 3. Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that could happen. I don't know, because, you know, there are a lot of movies that they have to stick in there, including new characters that we haven't seen yet, that Endgame sets up and that Far From Home is going to set up. There are even things that we've heard about outside of the films that we know are coming to the MCU, like the Eternals. I think Angelina Jolie is in talks to be in that, as well as dude from Game of Thrones. He's not on the show anymore, but I forget his name now. But whatever, he's supposed to be in there. I'll figure that out later. Maybe I'll add it down here somewhere on the bottom. I gotta reach up really high because I can't see the bottom of the screen because I'm not looking at it. So there's a lot coming. And of course, the biggest thing to me on the list is that Disney seems to be banking on the fact that Avatar is going to bring in a lot of money and Star Wars is going to bring in a lot of money.
Yeah.
The list shows up until the year 2027, starting in 2022, however, they're going to be releasing a Star Wars movie, followed by an Avatar, followed by a Star Wars movie, followed by an Avatar, followed by a Star Wars movie, followed by an Avatar. So we're going all the way up to Avatar 5. Avatar 5 comes out in 2027.
Really quickly, I get Avatar was like a blockbuster, destroyed the charts, #1 grossing film, right? but I don't know. Some movies are better left off just being like a one shot.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel
I
as
have
though
no doubt in my mind that every time they change which film comes out, like whether it be from Avatar for Star Wars, I guarantee that Star Wars is going to make more money each year. Only because Avatar made that money because it changed the way we saw 3D film. I don't know anybody that goes to see 3D films anymore.
Yeah.
Most people I know don't watch 3D movies. At the time it was eye-popping. They made 3D, cool and made it awesome. When we were little, they had, you put the little paper glasses on, you get the red and blue screens, and then they're like just whatever movie. Let's say it's Spy Kids. They're just throwing things at the screen, and you're just like, wow, look at that, whoa. So that was what 3D used to be. Now, or when Avatar came out, it was the floating flowers or the creatures or just whatever was going on just so happened to be in your face.
Yeah.
That was new for the time.
The visuals are just astounding.
Right. CGI has gotten better than even it was in 2009. So I don't know that movie or the Avatar franchise is going to do as well as, I guess, the first film did.
Yeah, I doubt it. Especially because, it's weird because they specifically state, they're going to make Avatars 2, 3, 4, and 5 on this list. Yet they only, date, Untitled Marvel films and stuff like that. Yeah. So I expect that if this second Avatar film doesn't do up to their expectations,
they're all going to fall off.
The rest of them are just tentative.
Yeah.
They're just going to cut those off and replace it with something else.
Yeah.
Because if the second one tanks, there's no need to make a third, a fourth, and the fifth.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the same thing that happened with the Avatar: The Last Airbender. How they were like, oh, we have this first movie coming out at the end. It says the Book of Water or something comes out next, and it never came out because the first movie was just so harshly received by the fans. It was just so different than what we were expecting that it wasn't wanted.
I mean, I do think that with Avatar, Disney is dedicated to that brand because I just went to Disney World last year, and in the Animal Kingdom, they have Pandora set, the floating rocks, the rides, all kinds of stuff. And they're like high-tech rides. They're intense. And they're really cool and they're beautiful. But I don't think they're going to invest billions of dollars into building that theme park and not put billions of dollars into more films and just hope to God it works.
Yeah.
I don't know that it will, but it may. Who knows? What else is on this list? Let's talk about Star Wars. Star Wars right now, it looks like there are 3 films. There's a new trilogy coming out, and so we don't know if it's going to be directed by the showrunners for Game of Thrones or if it's going to be directed by The Last Jedi director Rian Johnson. And Rian Johnson says that he's still working on his trilogy, even though lots of Star Wars fans are very upset about the direction The Last Jedi took the Star Wars Skywalker lineage, I guess you could say, or just that story. And then they blame the, Star Wars fatigue. I don't think any Star Wars fan was tired of Star Wars. I think people were genuinely upset about The Last Jedi. There's a lot of hatred for it. I also know that, like I said, the Game of Thrones showrunners are doing their Star Wars trilogy, and we're hoping that that's what it is. Or a lot of Star Wars fans are hoping that that's what these 3 films are. Because Game of Thrones is doing really well, despite, Starbucks cups being left on tables. Or, it's not a Starbucks cup, it's a coffee cup, okay? What else is on here? Go ahead.
I think that's the issue you find when you try to milk an idea for all it's worth.
Yeah.
The Star Wars story really could have ended.
It should have.
With that original trilogy.
It
and then even sort of the prequels. But I guess when you buy this new, it's such a powerful thing. It's such an untapped, not untapped, but the fandom is so powerful that they want more stuff. So if you give it to them, they're going to see it. They're very crazed about their ideas, about what their belief in Star Wars is.
Right. And that's the difference between Marvel and Star Wars. Star Wars, there is no book that this came from. Comic books, of course, are where we get the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Star Wars, like I said, there's no guide to what to do. There's no story. Every director that comes in gets to come up with their own thing and, you know, write their own story. And unfortunately, that means that we're not always going to agree with the directors. I think also another shocking thing on this is that in 2020, we're getting a Bob's Burgers movie.
Yeah, I don't know what.
Bob's Burgers?
I didn't know there was such a demand for a Bob's Burgers movie, but even that's weird. But what's even, well, no, I don't think that's the weirdest thing. But similarly,
I mean, to me, it's the weirdest thing.
But similarly, who wants to see a West Side Story remake?
Too.
That's, I don't know if I'm like kind of just being like, it's new, not new to me, but it's like seems so old. Like I remember seeing it back in middle school as like the play. Was it a play movie?
Well, it was a play and then it was a movie.
All right, so the play we saw, and then it's just like it seemed. I don't know anyone who's demanding like, oh God, I really wish to see West Side Story done with this new cast. Like I want Mahershala Ali to play. Who's the main character of it? Exactly.
I don't know that. I just know Maria. That's it.
But I feel as though it's weird because it's all planned out, but they do tell you who planned these movies out. So
Right.
Disney seems to have more of an idea of what's wanted. So their movies are, we're going to put out Toy Story 4, The Lion King, Frozen 2. Fox has a different way of seeing stuff where they put out West Side Story, Ron's Gone Wrong, Bob's Burgers.
Just weird stuff.
It's like a weird. There's not like a demand for it. It seems like I don't understand like where they thought this would make all its money from.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm criticizing these people who have like spent so much more time thinking about their future than I have for them. So I don't know. Take it with a grain of salt.
Well, you know what? I'll say this. We've been talking about this for 14 minutes and change, and it's okay because you know there's a lot to discuss, and I'm sure Disney would highly appreciate all the stuff we were talking about for them, getting it out there. I'm excited for a lot of these movies, as I'm sure you are, and so is our audience. They're gonna go see at least 2 of these. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like this video. Comment below which movies on the list you're excited to see. Make sure you share this video wherever you share YouTube videos. And we're going to see you next time. I don't know when that is, but we'll see you next time. Take care, be good, and if you can't be good, at least be good at it. Take care, guys.